What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Heathens Haunt. So this time around, I am doing a batch of raspberry Cyser. Basically, it is a hard cider that is done with honey, and then of course for this one, throwing in some fresh organic raspberries. I've got another container just like this for when I rack these ones off and put them into the 1 gallon carboys, because this time around gonna toss the 2 gallons into a 2 gallon ferment bucket for primary. And in typical fashion for me right now, I am doing a wild ferment. So as you can see, I've got a local store here that sells really good cider and comes with free carbo, or well, you may as well say free carboys. It's kind of a 2 for 1. These are like $9 a bottle. And for any of you guys that are attempting to brew on a budget and want to get started, this is a great way to do it. Something else that's really cool is if you pick up your own grommets, you can drill the caps that come with these out to do like this here. You can basically take and attach your own grommet directly into the caps, so that way you can get started quick and easy. So as you can see, got my stick that's got my yeast built up on it, that's been soaking in a little bit of the honey and the cider, and my bucket is all good to go. So let's go ahead and get some of this stuff underway here. Take see if that'll stay put. All right, good lid. So first and foremost, we'll go ahead and just toss in those raspberries. So shake this up really good. You want to get a bunch of air up in there, obviously. Yeah, I've done this particular recipe once before, and it came out absolutely great. And I didn't even know that this was actually considered a Cyser until I had actually gotten a little bit more experience over this last month. And so I've actually had this sitting in warm water so it'll flow better. I'm not going to quite use all of this because I'm going to add more honey into the 1 gallon carboys, because I've got another one of these that is the same size. So basically, I'm going to put close to a full jug of this in each batch. And you absolutely want to make sure that you mix that honey up really good. You don't want any of that floating in the bottom. It smells good. The smart thing to do if you want to get, I don't know if I've already mentioned it, but if you want to get juice like that, what you need to do is find a local organic grocery store. The one that's close to me is called Sprouts. I know like Trader Joe's on the West Coast is a real good one, and basically any place that carries a lot of healthy organic options is probably going to carry something similar to that. One of the cool things that I've actually found is the place that I go to and get these actually has half-gallon size carboys like that as well. Eventually I'm going to have to pick a couple of them up just so that way when I have partial batches or batches that are like a gallon and a half, I'll be able to split the difference so that way I can keep my headspace under control. Alright, so that is pretty well mixed up, and go ahead and toss that in. Make sure and get that air in there when you're first starting this out. Because even if you don't stir it until you know you've got active ferment, you want air in there at the initial start for the very first day at the very least. If it's not kicking off real fast, you can continue to stir it a little bit until you get good activity. Yeah, we can get a little more in there. Stay put. All right. I don't think I want to put much more than what's in there at this point because I don't want an explosive bucket on my hands. But there you have it. Quick, simple. If you don't do a wild ferment like I do, you can do your own yeast of choice. I've been really lucky with the wild ferments personally, and I've been getting pretty stout brews. Um, I actually have these that are a month in. I've got two of these guys. This is a blood orange coriander mead, and I am really looking forward to when this is aged out and ready to drink. But we're definitely looking at a little bit of time before those bad boys are ready to go. So, hopefully the next time I shoot a video, I'll have a better camera angle for you guys. And I will be getting some of these art epoxy projects on film now because I've actually got a better work area. I was short on a table, but now I actually have space, and I am going to rig up a mount so that way I can start showing off some of the art epoxy stuff as well as the brewing. So keep an eye out, and we'll be getting content that goes with that on the channel very, very soon. Alright, so the only thing left to do is get some liquid into this airlock, and we're on the money. So if you want, basically you can do this in a 1 gallon, 2 gallon, whatever you want. For this basic one, I pretty much put close to a half a pound to a pound per gallon of honey myself. But this cider is so good that you really don't need to put a whole lot of extra honey in there. But like I said, you know, I've got another whole 32-ounce bottle here, which is 2 pounds. So there is easily a pound of honey for each gallon in there already. And like I said, when I rack it over, I'm going to add a bit more honey to make up for the headspace. And then I do have a whole nother batch of the raspberries, so that way I can thaw them out right before I'm ready to rack. And the cool thing with them being frozen is when you pull them out, you can actually bust them into pieces real easy, so that way you don't have the big berry and you're able to get it into, because I go into carboys after this racking here personally, and the extra raspberries really makes a noticeable difference in the tartness and the flavor of this. So highly recommend it, guys. I will keep you guys updated on this particular brew. I'll do a racking video, and like I said, hopefully I will have a better camera situation so that way it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. And obviously, I don't know if you can see it. No, it's not really able to be seen, but I do have a art epoxy project going off on this counter over here. I'm doing a 15 by 20 sign for a local nonprofit, so definitely kind of stoked about that. I've actually got 2 projects going for them, so I will probably figure out a way to show the pour for that one here in, because I'm going to be starting on that real soon. I've already got the design all laid out. I just need to cut the wood and do a stain. I'm actually going to try something interesting with that, so maybe I'll make it a point to try and film that, because it's going to be an interesting little experiment. gotta love watching YouTube and getting really great ideas from all the other content creators on here. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get some water in this, and again, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and definitely would love to start seeing some followers. And I've definitely got a whole bunch of interesting brews and ideas that I'm planning on working on. So, give me a follow and check out my Patreon account. I've got a ton of cool stuff going on Patreon, since I do music production and DJing. Uh, I've got some DJ mixes and original tracks, and again, definitely doing a lot of stuff with the artwork and the mixed media that I'll be showing off on there. So give it a follow and check it out, guys. So I will check in with you guys as this brew and the mead gets further along, and let you guys know how the brewing process goes on them. So we'll see you next time.